welcome back to Unrestricted Entry. You entered at your own risk, so welcome. I'm Sasha, and let's get into this episode. So, I'm gonna be so real. I don't know if I have shit to talk about. This episode almost didn't go up this week. I have been so busy, but I have a few life updates, so I guess I do got shit to talk about for real. It's midterm season, hence the like stressed, tired atmosphere. Um, like I said in the last episode, I love Halloween. I love autumn and like spooky season and shit like that. But Halloween comes at a very stressful time, especially if you're in school. You have midterms, you have to study all the time, like you're constantly tired, and then on top of that, you have to fight to get the costume you want. It's like a stressful ordeal. But that's past. I didn't do anything for Halloween. Actually, on Halloween day, I had class until maybe 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and I had no plans for Halloween. So during class, I literally took my braids out. Sporting some new hair today, guys. It's not fresh. I am actually gonna like redo it tonight. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see my ethereal beauty, you know, just a little. I feel very 70s right now. I love it. I think this might become a staple. Even though I do love my fro, I wanted to try something new, and I am a blown out natural. Like I like having my hair blow dried. I like having my hair blow dried and then I braid it and then take it out because I'm not big on definition. I don't really care for definition. I like having big, fluffy, poofy hair. That's like my thing. I think it frames my face well and I love it. And honestly, if you watch my actual like personal YouTube channel, you will see this how I got this result from start to finish because I filmed during Halloween week and kind of weekend, and it was a very stressful ordeal. I got a round brush. I got a Revlon round brush from TJ Maxx. So I didn't pay full price, thank God. But I got a Revlon round brush thinking, oh, I'm just going to use this and just get the result because I feel like that's what I see everybody else do, but I should have been smarter. I got the brush and it basically just dried my hair. Like, I can't even say that it blow dried my hair because let's be serious. Like, it didn't even like straighten. I know, like, it's not really supposed to, but it didn't even like straighten my hair out to its full length when straight. You know what I mean? When I blow dry my hair, I have the attachment, like the comb attachment, so that usually does me justice and, really blow dries my hair and, makes it straight, like puffy. And it works well. I just wanted to be able to blow dry and curl my hair and kind of get the result I wanted without having to do the extra step of like blowing it and then flat ironing it. But I ended up doing that anyway. The Revlon thing failed so badly, no matter how many times I used it, no matter what setting I used it on, it just wasn't working for me. I used small sections, I used big sections, nothing was working. So I ended up just like re-wetting my hair, blow drying it normally, and then I just flat ironed it and I got this result. And it got poofier throughout the days because of, wind and humidity and stuff like that. But it's holding up really well. I take care of it at night, so it's been holding up well, but I think I'm gonna redo it because especially the bangs here, like half this top half is like straight, and then the bottom half is like getting to my normal afro-y texture. So, um, I'm gonna blow dry and straighten it again tonight and basically just deal with it, leave it alone until um wash day, which is in like a few days. I wash my hair weekly. So, yeah, I'm really loving this like 70s look. I've gotten so many compliments on it and I think it frames my face really well. I'm just really happy to be able to try something new. Even if it was very stressful, I got the look I wanted. I kind of like I wanted a bouncy blowout and I didn't want no bob with the bumped ends, so I bumped it the other way and I feel like Lori or Jackie from that 70s show. And I love it. And I've been wearing like bell bottoms and leather jackets and I kind of just feel like myself, you know what I mean? Multiple people have been telling me to get a pixie cut, actually. Multiple people being my mom and my friend. But they told me a day apart, so I feel like that means something. My mom said, because my mom used to have a pixie cut, in the early 2000s, and I loved that hairstyle on her. It looked great on her. And she was like, you'd look really cute with the pixie cut. And I showed her Queen Mother of all, Taylor Russell, and how she's the love of my life and like, beautiful and how her hair looks. And I was like, yeah, her hair is like beautiful and I love it. And, people have been recreating it and doing that hairstyle. And I think it suits her well. And I kind of want to try it out. And she was like, oh my God, I love a pixie cut. I showed her a picture of Taylor Russell with a pixie cut. And she was like, I think you should do a pixie cut as well. And I was like, really? You think so? I personally think my forehead is a little bit too big. Like I grew into my features, definitely, because oh my God, me a couple years ago. Whew. But I was like, I think my forehead may be a bit too big to do that hairstyle. And she was like, no, I think because you have a small face, it'll mesh with your features correctly. And you just have to perm it and maintain it. Perm your hair and maintain it. And I don't want to perm my hair. My hair was permed for a lot of my childhood. The reason my hair is natural now is because the perm made my hair start, it thinned my hair out to the point where a huge chunk of the front fell out. And I had to get a big chop, and I mean big chop as in I had a buzz cut. And it made me like so deeply insecure. Like I always had a trouble, like this is getting a little deep, but I've always had a trouble with like my femininity. I was never a girly girl. I was never really into pink, but as in like stuff like that. Like no hate to people who are like that. I love when girls are girly. Like I think it's so cute, but it just didn't really resonate with me when I was a kid and my mom wanted me to be really girly, like wear earrings and all that kind of stuff. But it just wasn't for me. I was a very active, very dark color, blue, black like child. Um, and because of that, I'd sometimes get made fun of by older kids, like when I didn't wear earrings and stuff like that. So I felt like my hair was like my one connection to my femininity, even if I didn't really identify myself as like girly or feminine, you know what I mean? So when I lost that, it was like a pretty hard hit, but because I'm pretty, I suit everything. So I'm not in any rush to like go back to short hair because even though my hair is not like the longest it could possibly be, it did take me a while to get to this. You know what I mean? I had my hair cut in like ninth grade, so I'm gonna say it's been like 6 years of my hair being natural and it's grown a lot. I don't trim it, but I actually cut a good chunk of it off when I took my braids out because um I had split ends and stuff like that. And like when I was flat ironing my hair, I was realizing that it wasn't like being bouncy and it wasn't looking good. And I was like, that's because I have so much split ends. So I like cut when I blow dried it and when I flattened it. If I saw a section of it was like not flipping or it was just looking just nasty and crusty on the end, I just cut those parts off. Um, yeah, so my hair is a little shorter than it would usually be because I gave it a nice solid trim. And because I wear my hair natural all the time, I'm not a professional hairstylist. I'm pretty sure I probably cut some pieces so uneven, but I cut off what was not healthy and hopefully, and my hair looks fine. Um, but yeah, so she was like, you'd have to perm your hair and then you'd have to deal with the upkeep of it. So I am not ready for that yet. Also, I just think I'm too young for a pixie cut right now. Um, Also, I just want to grow my hair out to a good length before I like start all over again. You know what I mean? If I can, hopefully I can. Yeah, and not to say that you need to be a specific age to have a pixie cut. You can rock a pixie cut at any age, and I know people who have rocked pixie cuts at any age. Um, I just think that, I'm already tall and my features, while delicate can be, I don't know if my features are delicate. My features can be kind of sharp at times, and I feel like certain hairstyles accentuate that. And I have a pretty serious face. Who is this diva? I have a pretty serious face, so I feel like if I got a pixie cut, it would really make my face look more serious. I feel like I'd look older. So I feel like around age 25, I'd probably go for a pixie cut. I feel like when I'm older, it's gonna suit me more than it's gonna suit me at the moment. I had to cut that last part out because I sneezed so freaking hard, but like randomly. But my friend told me I should get a pixie cut, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. You said that so randomly. My mom told me I should do it yesterday too. So pixie cut may be in my near future. Yeah, so that's enough on hair. It's midterm season. Yesterday, I was gonna film this podcast episode, and my teacher had us do a midterm where we literally wrote an essay by hand. Do you know how long it's been since I've written a freaking essay by hand? Oh my God. And we were given an hour to do it. And while I am no academic weapon because I am lazy and don't really care that much, I can write a mean essay. I've always been good at writing, even if I don't enjoy it as much. It's not really my preferred medium. Um, I can write a pretty good essay, and I've always been able to. In my high school, as much as I hated being there at the moment, was really good at preparing you for college. So I'm not new to writing essays on essays on essays, and I'm not new to citations. I'm not new on how to cite sources in a paragraph. I'm not new on any of that stuff. So when she was explaining it to me, I was like, doesn't everybody know this? But then I realized that a lot of high schools in New York and throughout the US, probably, I don't know about other countries, they don't really prepare you well for college and how writing intensive college can seriously be. But writing an 8-page paper is not really much for me because I will say my school did prepare me really well for these things. And I'm really grateful for that. But yeah, I can write a sick, mean essay. So I was one of the two people to finish. We finished at like the same time. Um, the only issue was because it's easy to get thoughts down on paper, but the only issues was when we had to copy the quotes into the essay. Oh my God. So I'm not ambidextrous. My left hand writing looks like fucking chicken scratch, even though I've been trying to fix that because I write a lot sometimes. My left hand has my writing on my left hand looks like chicken scratch, as one, as it usually does when it's not your dominant hand. I don't write with this hand. I don't do much with this hand if I'm being serious. Um, but oh my God, my hand started cramping up so bad halfway through. So I think like a good portion of my essay is literally written with my left hand. And if she can't understand it, she's gonna have to deal with it because why the hell are you assigning us an essay to do by hand? Like, I know teachers are like worried about chat GPT and AI and stuff like that, like, and valid because give people like people will write full essays using that shit. But having us write an essay by hand in an hour, even if you don't require much, even though most of these people haven't like picked up a pencil in like years, is a different kind of evil. And I swear, like, it's a different kind of evil. It's different. Like you're demonic, you're sick. Um, so that's just like a little bit about, oh yeah, I had more to say. That's just a little bit about my days. But another day I had that was fun. I went to Sleepy Hollow. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I went to Sleepy Hollow with my two friends, Icky and Grace. Hi guys. Um, it was so cute. I wish we went into the shops more. I feel like I've said this already, but I could, like, that's the crazy part about it. I could have fully imagined myself saying it in preparation for actually coming on the podcast and talking, but if I did say it, oops. Um, it was so cute. I wish we went to the lighthouse. We wanted to stop in the shops. Like, we didn't realize how cute the shops there were until we were leaving and everything was closed. It was a surprisingly easy commute. You take the Metro North to Tarrytown and you literally just walk up. Um, it's very walkable. Uh, and I saw a deer. So everyone's like, Sasha, have you never seen a deer before? No. Okay. Like, my first deer sighting was when I was in New Jersey, maybe a year or two ago. And oh my God, that deer scared the living shit out of me. I was just walking. First of all, I'm in New York City. Why would I see a deer? Like, if I saw a deer in the middle of New York City, I'd literally think that the apocalypse was coming. Okay. Um, but I saw the deer in New Jersey, deep in New Jersey. But I was walking down the street and I see something from the corner of my eye staring at me and I turn and I get like scared half to death and it's just a deer. Like a deer just looking at me. And I think it was a male deer. And I started freaking out because I'm like, "Oh my God, like why is there a deer just staring at me?" It's like in the bushes, staring at me through the bushes. And it was so scary. And they were like, and the person I was with, my brother, he was like, "Have you never seen a deer before?" I was like, "No. What the hell? Why would I have seen a deer before?" My school used to go on these like retreats, like trips. Those things were like retreats, like scary. They weren't scary. Like we were, I would say 70% safe. But it'd be like in the middle of Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, in the middle of Pennsylvania woods. Oh, I've never even seen an animal or a deer there. The most we had to worry about was ticks, which is another thing to talk about. That school, it's not until we got there. Like, I know we're in the woods and all, but they were like, oh, they had us digging in the forest. They were like, look through the leaves for twigs and stuff like that for fire. And we were in like seventh grade. And and it's not until we were all gathered together, teachers and students alike, that they were like, you were digging through leaves earlier. Make sure when you go to the bathroom to check for ticks, because they can give you Lyme disease. Like I knew there was flies. Like in the back of your mind there's ticks. You know what I mean? But like to have a bunch of kids digging through leaves and then tell them after, "Yo, you might want to check for ticks," because of that involuntary exercise because they weren't letting us go get food until we finished it. Like or something of the sort. You had us doing that involuntary exercise searching through dirt and grime for twigs, and you're going to tell us afterwards about ticks that can give us Lyme disease and get lost in our body. Bro, I got so upset. And people are like, we're in the woods. What did you expect? I expected to be told about ticks because that's something that just like is in the back of your mind. Like, there's bugs, but like, it's not until you're in the situation and people are like, oh yeah, watch out for ticks that you're like, holy crap, like ticks. Like, bro, bro, you're in the woods. What do you expect? I expect to have that told to me, have that information relayed to me before I'm digging through the ground for frickin' twigs. Like, what? Twigs for a frickin' and we weren't even allowed to have coffee on this trip. Like, just having to go in the showers and be checked the cold ass showers. The showers were cold, them cold ass showers checking for ticks, bro. Like, oh my God. And they were like, make sure you check for ticks before you go in the shower because you can shower in the head in the butt in the head, the body will come off. What? Bro, what? 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 Like, oh my God. Anyway, how did I get here? Oof, sorry, I hit my mic. But yeah, we were in Sleepy Hollow and I saw a deer and it was like galloping and it looked scared and it ran one way and then it ran another way and I was like, "Oh my God, a deer. Oh my God, is it scared? Oh my God, what's happening?" But we saw the lighthouse. It was very pretty. It was beautiful. Um, and it was like 50 something degrees, but it was honestly not that cold. Me and my friends chose cuteness over warmth, and we were just wearing denim jackets and like sweater and like a cardigan or something under. And thank God we did because all of us, all three of us get cold really easily. I get cold when there's even the slightest brush of wind against my skin. So like I don't know what I was playing at, but we took some cute pictures. Thank God. It was like not that cold. It was only until like it became like maybe 8 o'clock or so when we were already back in the city that it got a little cold. But surprisingly, it wasn't that bad in Tarrytown, Sleepy Hollow. The Halloween decorations were still up, so that was really cute to see. Yeah, and it was just so beautiful because like the city, like it's just autumn and like leaves and it's a cute vintage looking town. Like the shops are just adorable. Like it looks like a small town that you'd see in like Practical Magic or like The Good Witch or something like that. Like I love towns that look like that, but I know that I'd get like bored so bad in one of them unless there was really some shit going on. I need drama and tea if you're not gonna give me basic like variety. We had ice cream there. That shit was so good too. Like I had to throw that in there. The ice cream in there was just ridiculously good, actually. Okay. So that's like my updates about life. I think, yeah, that's my updates about life. Just midterms and classes and struggling. Yes. Like I'm trying to think of what topic I want to talk about. Like I have a variety. Oh my God. Doing things for the plot. Okay. I have reached the point in life where I am so bored that I will literally do a bunch of shit for the plot. And I don't know if that's like a good way to live. Because one thing about me, okay, like I said, I almost wasn't gonna upload this episode because like I've just been so busy and I'm like really tired. Um, but I was like, if I don't do it, I'm gonna get into the habit of not doing it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to get into that habit because I don't want to get into the habit of constantly putting something off when I've made a commitment to it. Because it is so easy for me to do that. It is so easy for me to get into the habit of being like, oh, put it off, put it off, put it off, procrastinate, procrastinate, procrastinate. Um, and that's why I'm one of those people that don't usually do things for the plot often. I'm not gonna say I'm some boring bitch who does fucking nothing just because, it could go bad. No, I don't do things for the plot often. I do stuff for the plot sometimes, but not often. Um, but recently, I've just reached this point where I'm like, oh my God, I'm bored. Like, I don't have anything to do. Like, it's just school and like work and back and forth. You know what I mean? I have my hobbies. Like, I've recently taken up like painting and drawing, and this is my guitar in the corner that you see here. I named her something else, but I think I'm gonna name her something different, but I'm not gonna tell you the name until I've decided. I have a name that I want for her, but you're not gonna know until I've fully decided. Um, but I don't know. Like I just I have my hobbies, like I read a lot. I finished my Goodreads challenge. Yes, yes. Follow me on Goodreads. 50 books done before the end of the year. Um, I'm gonna get burnt out quick, but I'm gonna get burnt out soon. I can feel it. But I've been painting, I've been reading, I've been doing guitar. I have to pick up a language. Like I have to re-pick up Korean because I'm forgetting it and I don't wanna start back from scratch. Like no. Um, but like I'm bored. Even though I'm doing all these enriching things and I'm finding so much like comfort with myself, I'm bored. Like I want to do stuff for the plot. Like I just want to do something so intense. You know what I mean? But I have so much like self-control, but I don't think I'd really call it self-control. I would call it more like at my core. I think I'm just lazy at my core. I don't have the energy a lot of the time to keep up with half the things that I want to do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm one of those people that if a lie becomes too much to deal with, I'll just not lie. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that it's a good way to live, genuinely. I think it's a good mindset to have, like, because people are like, you're lying. And it's like, I don't have the energy to lie. And know that when I say that, I am telling you the truth. I do not have the energy to lie. When you lie, you have to keep up with the lie. Like a little white lie, I can tell. But like, when you lie, you have to keep up with the lie. You know what I mean? Who's doing all that? Who's doing all that mental math to keep up with the lie? People who do that, one, are scary, and two, are also just, you have so much energy. You have so much time and energy. No. I'm not one of those people. You know what I mean? That's why I have such a hard time doing things for the plot, because then I'm going to actually have to keep doing things for the plot. You can't just stop at one. I'm one of those people, full throttle. Let's go in. But I have to have the energy to go full throttle because I'm going to get pissed off if I just stop. You know? That's why I have not been doing much for the plot, but I've reached the point in this autumn season where it's like you have to do something or nothing is going to happen. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be one of those people that just sit there and let life just like I don't want to be one of those people that just sit there and just let shit happen to me. Like I want to be an active part of shit happening. Like here's my thing. Let's get into manifestation. Manifesting works. Yes. When you speak something into existence, when you assume that it's already there, it's going to be there. Okay? But recently, I feel like we're kind of getting into a toxic mindset of whatever is meant for me is going to come for me. You know what I mean? It's going to come to me, like it's going to be mine. And that's great. That's a good way to think. Whatever's meant for you will find you eventually. You know what I mean? But a lot of people take that as do nothing until something eventually finds you. You cannot live like that. I try to be one of those people, like I tried being one of those people where it's like, do nothing, it'll eventually find you if it's meant for you. You have to do stuff. You can't get a job if you don't apply. The job that's meant for you at that moment in time or meant for you, period, is going to find you, but you have to apply. You have to put yourself on LinkedIn. You have to be sending in those apps. That resume has to be updated. You have to do something for the job to be put smack dab in your face. How are you going to know that a job is not meant for you if you've never logged into LinkedIn? You know what I mean? Like, yes, let things come to you. You can have so much stress trying to find a job and letting things come to you and just being like, oh my God, I'm just going to sit still. But how are you going to find your dream job with your dream pay if you've never even logged into LinkedIn? You haven't sent out your resume in a year. Like you've done nothing. You know what I mean? That's just the way that I think about it. And I think that the way that people usually think of it is like, oh, I want this job. I'm not gonna do shit though. Like it's just gonna have to come to me anyway, anyhow. No, you can't think like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I am a person that's like, do it for the plot, but have a little bit of self-control. I have so much self-control that I don't usually do things for the plot. And I'm trying to find myself in a perfect balance of doing stuff for the plot while having some impulse control, you know? So I think it's do it for the plot autumn, do it for the plot fall. Like I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. Like I need to be doing things. Like I need to be going out. Like I need to be doing stuff. But like also I like being in my room? So let's take a quick little intermission. You grab a coffee. I grab my coffee. Let's take a sip. What the hell was that? The glasses are back on. That's my little segment on doing stuff for the plot and actually do things for yourself. Don't just like don't just like sit there and expect life to happen to you. Like, what did Ferris Bueller say? Life moves pretty fast. Sometimes I forgot. Hold on. I'll just insert it later. I don't even have the energy to look it up, please. Midterm season is killing me. I think I'm done though. I think that fuck ass essay was the last one. Oof. I think that essay was the last one. Thank God. I hope you guys drank water today. I didn't drink water one day. I only had like a coffee or maybe two coffees, and maybe even like a sip of water. I went to class, I felt like I was dying, bro. My body was taking a screenshot. Like that shit got serious. So I hope you guys drank coffee today. If you have not, whoa, I hope you guys drank water today. If you haven't, you better go drink some fucking water, bro. Because the way that I was in that class, like head on my head on my hands, it was serious. And my school has a vending machine, of course, but why is an Aquafina bottle 230, $2.30 for Aquafina, and then the Life water is $3? Yeah, I chose dehydration. I had to blame myself because I could have gone at any point out there and gotten myself a bottle of water. I chose dehydration because I'm not paying $2.30 for a fucking bottle of Aquafina. Be so serious. Be be so serious. Be so fucking for real. Dude, like no. No. Not Evian, not Fiji, not even an freaking Essentia. $2.30 for a fuck ass bottle of Aquafina. No, no, no. Oh, a question I had. Is it weird for guys in relationships to have female friends? Oh my God. Oh my God. I could have saved this question for Valentine's Day, but since it's cuffing season, if your boyfriend doesn't have female friends or any female influences in his life and you're the only female influence in his life, that's a red flag. That's just my personal opinion. Um, just because I feel like men especially need to have good female influences in their life because men can grow up weird and wrong. And they usually do grow up weird and wrong in a way that is traumatizing to others. So if he has sisters that he's close with, great. Maybe he doesn't need female friends. I personally would want my boyfriend to have female friends just because it's like you can't get along with anyone else other than your boys. And who knows what the fuck your boys be talking about. Locker room talk is a real thing and it doesn't just stay in the locker room. And sometimes it's scary. Locker room talk can be very scary to listen to. It can be very scary to be in. It's just not good. But you know what? Like it's like them boys that be saying, "Oh, my ex was crazy," and you listen to the stories about their ex, and you're like, "Damn, I can completely see why she would do that. You were the problem." If they're like that with not only their ex-girlfriends but their friends, their ex like girlfriends, space in between, um, your man's your man can't be around girls unless he wants to date and fuck them. Like, like let's be so for real, because you know, um, because I don't think it should be a red flag when a girl has guy friends. So why should it be the other way around? And I can understand why, but I think that it can be an insecurity thing, and I'm not that insecure, I fear. But I'm not gonna sit here and invalidate women who have real, genuine issues with guy best friends because sometimes them friendships be a little too friendships quote unquote be a little too like, oh, what the fuck? Like it'd be a little too much. It'd be a little too much. I'm not gonna sit here and invalidate anybody who's had those experiences because those experiences can happen. But I don't think that it's weird for a guy to have girlfriends. Because I saw this TikTok. This is what brought it on. I saw this TikTok of this girl saying, "Oh, I'm the only woman he follows because he doesn't want to have girlfriends because it's disrespectful to his future girlfriend or his wife." What the fuck? Why is you being friends with someone of my gender disrespectful to me? So, so you admit it. You admit that if you had girlfriends, you'd want to fuck all of that. That's the only way it'd be disrespectful to me. So you admit it. You admit you're pretty. Like that's literally the whole gist of it then. It's only disrespectful if you intend and make it disrespectful. Duh. Like I like my people around me to be well-rounded. You have to have experience with people. You know what I mean? Have experience with people. Be worldly. Be well-rounded. Be a good, well-rounded person. Don't just have exclusively one set of friends. I don't only have girlfriends. You know what I mean? I have guy friends too. And while I do value and love my relationship with my girlfriends, I love girls, I love women. You need to have Sometimes you just having a guy friend is good. Having male influence is good. Like it's like having influence from other people is good. Women forever, yes, but you know, have more. Have other experiences around you. People like men and women go through the world differently, and it can be a very very sad thing, the differences in how we go through the world, but um those differences affect the way we see situations, and sometimes a guy needs a woman's touch, sometimes not in that way, but sometimes a guy needs a woman's thoughts like that. Sometimes vice versa. Is what it is. So no, I do not think it's weird for a guy to have female friends. I think it's extremely weird if he doesn't have any female influence in his life. So the only women you talk to are me and your mom, like a fucking weirdo. Like no. Well, yes. I think this episode is gonna be pretty short because I've run out of things to say. Love y'all. Hold on. So let's get into media. Like I would love to say more, but I feel like I haven't really been experiencing life lately, which is a sad thing. Um, well, it's not really sad because I'm not sad right now. I was sad. I had a breakdown the other day, but like I'm not the hell. I'm not exactly sad right now. It's not like a sad thing, but I just feel like I haven't been like really fully experiencing everything the world has to offer at the moment. I've been really in myself. I've been really by myself, just enjoying life. I'm just enjoying time with Sasha. So, yeah, and I think now or soon, I can feel it soon, happening soon, me being more with other people and stuff like that. I can feel myself coming out of my hermit mode, in a like bit by bit, but very bit by bit. Um, Life is progressing. Fun, fun, fun. But yeah, I haven't really been experiencing much recently, um, outside of like reading and listening to music and just being in my own space, doing my own thing. I've been going to the library a lot. If you watch my personal YouTube, you know that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should do that. You should do it. But yeah, I haven't really been doing much, so I feel like I don't have much to say. But let's get into media. Um, I'm gonna put some opinions with my media. I recently watched, first we're gonna do movies. I recently watched Time Cut. Okay, very controversial. Nobody has liked this movie that I have known. Um, I gave it 2.5 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd because while it wasn't perfect, it definitely wasn't perfect and it missed in a lot of ways. I think that it was a nice, kind of mindless horror movie. And I think that, while I definitely think movies should just be enjoyable, period, I feel like all the time recently, people want to always just be watching these cinematic masterpieces. So when a movie that, you're just supposed to watch simply to watch and enjoy and be done with it comes on, nobody really likes it. But I feel like we need to bring back movies that are just enjoyable to watch, and that's be it, you know? But some people genuinely just didn't want like this movie. I liked it enough to say I could rewatch it in the future. But maybe not anytime soon. I might actually watch it. Maybe sometime soon. But it's definitely not gonna be like a favorite movie of mine or anything. I think what was the other one called? Totally Killer, even though that one was filmed and like filmed after. Um, I definitely think that was the better one, but I think this one was pretty cool too. Let me read out my review. I said, while I don't know if I'm gonna watch again anytime soon, this movie is being absolutely shit on this dot app. I do think Totally Killers was better. I think it's mainly because one, she actually knows and loves her mother, and two, the kill scenes are actually tense. That was one of the main aspects I think that this film needed to make the kill scenes tense. They just felt like another scene in a movie. Like you weren't rooting for these people to live. Like your heart wasn't like picking up, picking. your heartbeat wasn't picking up. What the fuck? Your heartbeat wasn't picking up. Like you weren't nervous. Like you weren't nervous and being like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, how is it gonna happen? You were just kind of like, oh, okay, this person's dead now. Like it just felt like one and done. Like this person, someone's running for their life and you're not even like feeling anything watching it. I think that that's what they needed to like draw it out a little more, add some good music, some good cinema. Like it just kind of it just it felt the movie just felt flat. Like it just felt flat. There was no ups and downs. There was no climax or anything. It was a flat movie. It just felt really flat. Um I said there were the aspects missed, but to be honest, I love how they made it a point to point out her relationship with her parents. That I think was one of the best parts of the film, her relationship with her parents and how there wasn't even much of one, you know, and how it kind of showed throughout the movie. Them like it was so sad to watch actually. Like, oh, her saying her name's Lucy and her sister being like, "Oh, that's my middle name." Like, you don't even get your own name. And then her meeting her parents in the past and them not knowing and her being, oh, sorry, this is so much spoilers, sorry. But her parents being like, "Oh, we wouldn't have another kid. She was already a handful." She was literally only made as a replacement for her sister and they wouldn't even let her leave leave the town. Like they would not. Like, I'm sorry. Also, here's my thing. I know people have lives and roots in the places they grow up and have a family and all that kind of stuff. Your only child gets brutally murdered and you stay in the town? Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, Scream and all that kind of stuff. Your friends try to kill you. People are doing remakes of your movie. You stay there? Me personally, all that shit happens. I'm moving to Europe and I'm working in a coffee shop. Like, what? Like that's the only thing about these movies I can't stand. Like I know the movie has to continue somehow, but like pick better grown ass people. Like come on. But yeah, I like that and I like her relationship with her sister, even though that kind of fell flat as well. Also, like all the time travel stuff was kind of you know how you'd usually be like hit or miss. It was kind of a miss for me because it wasn't nothing was explained. Nothing was explained well. Okay, we know why, we know how. Um, but we don't know how any of it works. She goes back in time, fixes everything. She's not born. She's still there though. Like what? Okay. Like there's another variant just walking around doing shit. Like it felt too flat. And then okay, I watched Don't Move as well. I said pretty good, but also pretty basic. Not a lot of risk taken, but fun watch. I gave it 3 stars. I actually really liked it. Um, and there was a TikToker who made a video about it, and it was like, and the TikTok went like, oh, this movie just proves how men don't know how to leave women alone. Because that was literally the whole point of the story. This woman is, spoiler alert for Don't Move if you haven't watched it, you can skip ahead. This woman spends the whole movie paralyzed. She was gonna kill herself and he told her not to. Don't kill yourself, you're so sexy, ha ha ha. He told her not to, right? Just to then take her, paralyze her, try to kill her. You spend the whole movie trying to kill this woman. She keeps escaping you. You got your ass beat by an old man. You almost got taken out by a cop. You killed an old man. You killed a cop. You weren't good at covering your tracks. Like, your family's coming up to the house you're trying to take her to kill her. And she's giving you chances to get out. She's saying, you don't have to, I don't know your name. I don't know where you're from. I don't know anything about you. I only know what you look like, blah, blah, blah. Basically being like, let me go. I won't tell anybody. Like, just leave me alone. Let me go. Lay me out on a road somewhere. Someone will find me. I'll eventually gain feeling. I'll leave. I'll go. And he refuses to let her go. And then she kills him dead. Like she shoots him, she breaks his jaw. He like all this kind of stuff. She tries to drown him. He shoots up out the water and is still trying to kill her. You had chance after chance after chance to realize that this woman was more trouble than she's worth. And it's like you refused. You refused to see that and you're still trying to kill her. And look at where that got you. Look at where that got you. She's alive. You're gone. And everything would have been fine if you had either let her jump off the bridge or left her the hell alone. What? What? Like the whole plot of that movie was the whole moral of the story was leave her alone. Leave women alone. Leave her alone. And you didn't. And now look at you. Jaw shot off, angry as fuck, drowned. The acting was good though. The acting was good. It was tense. I liked it. Yeah. Let's go on to other media. I'll talk about some books that I've read recently. Currently I'm reading The Fall of the House of Usher and other stories that inspire the Netflix series by Edgar Allan Poe. I'm like 17% into that, like 60 pages in, so I have a while to go because it's like 300 pages. I'm kind of getting through it pretty slow. This is like my second time in my life reading Edgar Allan Poe. I've only read The Telltale Heart, or A Telltale Heart, whatever. I really liked that, so I wanted to see it again. And another piece of media I've been having in my brain is Wednesday. I rewatched Wednesday recently for Queen Mother Jenna Ortega. And and Edgar Allan Poe was like mentioned a lot in the show, so I was like, okay, let me read some Edgar Allan Poe because I've actually never read any of his works other than like A Telltale Heart, and I hear about him a lot. I like gothic stories, so why not? So I've been reading that. I'm getting through it pretty slow just because of the language used in it, classic literature. I have a hard time reading it because of Old English and stuff like that. Old English, and cousins of Mali, but yeah, I'm getting through that, and I have some other books that I can be reading as well while I'm reading that. So I'm reading that. I read Perfume, The Story of a Murderer. It took me like a week to finish. Um, so good. 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5 stars, but I rounded up to five. So good. Need to watch the movie. And If We Were Villains, blah blah blah. The Inheritance, blah blah blah. A bunch of like lesser known stories from popular authors. And as for music, I've been listening to Friends by V a lot. Like I love it. And of course Headlock. I've been listening to Headlock nonstop, but so has literally everybody else. I used to listen to that album a lot when I was younger, and TikTok made me rediscover it. Um, so I've been loving that. Headlock, Friends, and another song, Can't You See Me by Tomorrow by Together, Jealousy, Jealousy by Olivia Rodrigo, and Valley of the Dolls by Marina. That used to be my song. In the Valley of the Dolls we see, got a home inside me. I'm not the best singer. But yeah, I've been listening to that kind of music, a lot of sad songs. I love a good sad ballad. Like I love it. Like it's just such a nice thing. It like calms the brain. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've been listening to that recently, and that's pretty much it, actually. That's like all my media. That's all the stuff I've been doing. So I'm gonna end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I love you all. Bye.